Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for accepting us here in the Embassy of Hungary in Baku. I'm very glad that you invite us here today, and I hope we will have very nice and interesting interview. Thank you very much. That was great pleasure for us.
I hope so, and thank you for the opportunity. And basically, I mean, during these days or even weeks and months, this is the first time that we are actually having guests over the embassy, because we were observing the quarantine regime and minimalize the personal contacts.
Yeah, I agree completely. I've prepared some questions, and I'd like to ask these questions to you, and I hope we will have very interesting this interview. Tell us a little bit about your career, and what are the main goals as ambassador in Baku?
Well, I mean, I'm a career diplomat. The foreign ministry is my first and only employer. So I have almost 30 years of diplomatic service experience. I served many years in the United States, and I also worked at NATO. And before coming here, I was a director for Eastern Europe, and my responsibility included also relations with Azerbaijan. So I knew a little bit about Azerbaijan, but of course, I mean, most of the things were not surprisingly new, but new when I arrived here 2.5 years ago. And my main mission was, and still is, that based on the excellent political relations, which are both strategic and both friendly among our countries, to materialize on this basis and try to improve our cooperation in all possible fields, including economy, culture, education. Because I'm saying that I'm a lucky ambassador because I don't need to solve or handle political problems, because as I said, the relations are excellent between our countries. Our leaders meet and exchange of views regularly. So I'm really able to focus on practical things here in Baku, in Azerbaijan.
And let's talk a little bit about visas. Yeah.
Visas, well, I mean, currently, I mean, the issuance of visas had been stopped at our embassy because of the different travel restrictions around the world. Of course, and we have a direct flight between Baku and Budapest. Our company Wizz Air flies, and it was a very popular flight, so we had quite a large customer base here. And Hungary, as Azerbaijan, is a welcoming country. We encourage tourism, we encourage professional exchanges, and we hope that we will resume the issuance of visas soon, when travel restrictions will be lifted, and we will see again a flow of Hungarian tourists and businessmen here, and the flow of Azerbaijani tourists and businessmen to Hungary. So I mean, we hope that things will get normal, and we will have again customers at our premises. And actually, we just underwent a little reconstruction here at the embassy. We actually enlarged our consulate facilities, so to be able to provide more comfortable conditions for our guests who are applying for visas.
So very, very hospital country.
Absolutely.
Very hospital country. How do you assess the economic ties between our countries? Which projects have already been implemented and which are expected?
Okay, it has a great potential, and we try to materialize that potential. It's a long way, of course, but it's good that we talk now because just recently the biggest project ever since our relations have been established with Azerbaijan just realized that our oil company called MOL just bought a share in the ACG consortium. That's around 1.5 billion US dollars investment. It's the biggest investment so far from Hungary to Azerbaijan, and of course to the most lucrative, I would say, most lucrative area, the oil industry. So that's just the deal was closed mid-April. So I mean, we are very happy about that. That actually not only in political terms but also in economic terms we are strategic partners. And also we have other projects in the pipeline. We are one of the support our government gives to the development of economic relations, that we are that there is a credit line available for doing business in Azerbaijan from the part of the Hungarian government. And with, for example, just an example with Hungarian accreditation, with a Hungarian contractor, there is a, which is about to finish, there is a project in Hizi district, just north of Baku, where we were building a greenhouse complex. So actually there are of course some areas that we consider as strategic and most promising, that includes agriculture, infrastructure, IT sector, or of course you may know that Hungarian pharmaceutical products are well known in Azerbaijan. There are some companies who have representations here.
I have another very interesting question. Tell us about the training program for Azerbaijani students. Do you have such programs?
Absolutely, and I usually say that this is the flagship, one of the flagship programs of our relations. Each year we provide 200 scholarships for Azerbaijan. So you can imagine that by now there are almost like more than 800 Azerbaijani students studying in Hungary. And
nowadays,
because this program has been with us for years now, and for the next academic year there was three times more applicants than the 200 scholarships. So again, but this I think is a big number. This reflects our friendship, our strategic relations, that Hungary is providing 200 free scholarships for Azerbaijan students when the Hungarian government pays for tuition, housing, and etc. So I think it's a great project, and we consider this a long-term investment into our relationship, because these students will study in Hungary. They hopefully enjoy themselves in Hungary. They will come back. They take a job here, and they will serve as myself as sort of the ambassadors.
But it's very important. Studying, it's very important for people.
And of course there are more students than because there are also individual students who apply for study in Hungary universities. So just the last academic years we had 270 students started studies in Hungary. 200, almost 200 in the scholarship program, and there are other.
But this year is more?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see in September.
But you will hope like this.
Yes, because again, we are. I mean, I think it's a great asset in our relations.
A bit about culture. Are cultures, programs expected? Are the cultures of our country similar or not?
There are similarities, of course, and you may know that for these similarities, both in terms of culture and traditions and our common past, that Hungary is an observer to the Turkic Council, the organization of Turkic-speaking countries. And of course, I mean, when we talk about these days we talk about culture, I mean, we have what we had before the pandemic situation, what we have now. Last year, for example, we tripled our cultural events here in Azerbaijan. Well, these past months, of course, our possibilities were limited, but still we were able to successfully realize some online projects.
Online projects.
Yes, just recently you might have heard that upon the initiative of this embassy, many foreign countries, I mean artists from foreign countries performed from their home studios, Sari Galin, which is the
one of
the gems of Azerbaijani folk music. So it was a cooperation with CBC, and I think we wanted to do this because we wanted also in some way to express our solidarity and support for Azerbaijan, because we get the same support and solidarity from Azerbaijan. So and also just yesterday, this week, there are projects, the nights in the museum, and of course again these are not.
That's also online. Yes, I saw.
Online, and yesterday it was an open air event when. Some exhibits from our National Museum were displayed on one of the buildings wall in Baku, and also I touched upon our cooperation within the Turkic-speaking world, and there is also an initiative and an ongoing project that the museums of the Turkic-speaking countries will provide online tours for Azerbaijani school children, and our National Museum is also participating in it. But again, as it goes to everything, we try to resume our activities, normal activities soon, because doing online is good, and of course it reflects the realities of today, but the real terms diplomacy is
but face to face is better. Face to face is better.
Interacting with people as much as possible.
What do you like more about our country, and what don't you like at all in our country?
Well, I like the hospitality of the people, and of course, again, I should say that I'm a lucky ambassador, because our partners here in the government, or just ordinary people, they have a very positive, very friendly view towards Hungary, again because of our shared past and shared traditions. I mean, we are considering each other as two brotherly nations, so of course that helps my diplomatic work here. What I don't like, I mean, it's harder to answer. I mean,
of course, complicated a little bit.
You don't see, but our embassy is in Şehir. I mean, of course, I mean, living and working in this milieu is a great thing. Of course, I mean, as every major city, like our capital, faces problems with heavy traffic and pollution. But again, I mean, I feel great in Azerbaijan, and I hope to serve some more years if I get the chance.
That's okay. What can I say about our cuisine? Do you have any favorite dish, for example?
You know, I'm a person who loves
everything.
Grilled meat with fresh vegetables. So I guess Azerbaijan, for me, is the right country.
It's something like this. But I will say something to you. I want to ask only one question, but very interesting question. For example, you are ambassador, and if you will have this chance to stay here in Baku forever, would you do that? If yes, say the reason. If no, say the reason, please.
Forever? Yeah.
I know you love your country too much, because I know it's a motherland.
Yeah, I mean, today you can work in one country and of course travel to your home country for leisure, for seeing your family. Why not? Yes, I mean, I enjoy. So far, I enjoy being here. Of course, I mean, if I accomplish all my goals and there would be not too much to improve more relations, I would, of course, look for more adventures, but so far I think I have a job to do.
So you
here.
have very positive life of view, yes? Very positive
Yes.
set like this.
I mean, if you live in Azerbaijan, I mean, in the summer you can go to the sea. If in the winter you can go to high mountains. Hungary is a landlocked country with no sea. So for me, Azerbaijan is a great location because you have a very versatile landscape, lots of opportunities.
A great location for what? For work or for
Both.
to have a rest?
Both, I think. I mean, it goes hand in hand. I mean, you cannot really focus on your work if you have problems with how to spend your free time. Of course, these days when we are staying home, it's different. But again, hopefully, normal life will resume, and we can enjoy the opportunities that Azerbaijan provides for us.
And your wish to Azerbaijan and to Azerbaijani people?
My wish to Azerbaijan is to keep developing, keep getting wealthier, and enjoy what Azerbaijan can offer for its on citizens, and then hopefully everything which your government, your leadership is looking for to realize will happen, and the people will have happy families around them.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for accepting us here in the Embassy of Hungary in Azerbaijan, in Baku. We had very, very nice interview. Thank you very much. It was really very useful.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.